Hello, welcome to your Sustainable Tourism course fully online. My name is Carolin. I wanted to take a couple of minutes to introduce myself, introduce the course, do some housekeeping on how the course is structured, and also introduce Module 1 to you all. I love sustainable tourism. To me, sustainable tourism is the future of our industry, and now with COVID and international tourism practically stopped, we have this great opportunity to really focus on sustainability and what it means to develop tourism in a way that truly is beneficial to everybody. So this course is such a great opportunity for us to dive deep into this and really examine sustainability and what that means. So I look forward to this journey with you all. I've traveled since I can remember. I love traveling. I love traveling internationally. I love taking groups on trips. One of my favorite jobs until now is being a tour guide, taking groups of people to communities and destinations all around the globe to really connect people to people. This is what fascinates me about the tourism industry. So this is a 6-week course. As such, it is a very fast-paced course. With this pace, we're basically covering one module each week. What does that mean for you? It means that you really have to stay on top of your content. So if you look at the course syllabus, you'll see all the modules and what we cover in each module. Each Monday morning, the new module opens and it finishes Sunday evening. Everything I post in this module is due by Sunday evening. So you'll see exactly what you have to do. Within that week, you get to structure your learning experience the way you want it. So in Module 1, for example, you'll have an introduction blog due that introduces yourself and also has you respond to some of the sustainability measures that you see the Chalk Creek Resort in Belize doing. Chalk Creek is one of my favorite eco resorts. Why? First of all, they're in beautiful Belize. They're Green Globe certified, which is one of the certification standards I will be teaching you all in this course. And they're one of the premier eco lodges in the world. They do a fantastic job in sustainability, and as you watch this video, just comment on some of those measures that you really like that they do. In Module 1, you'll find a lot of lectures. I put a lot of extra lectures for those of you that have never taken a tourism course before. You're just diving in, learning about sustainable tourism. So read some of those extra lectures in terms of an introduction to tourism, the history, if you want, just briefly browse through that. The ones that actually start this module are the expansion of sustainable tourism and sustainable tourism development. So those are the two that are actually for this module. In terms of the expansion of tourism, right, we've always traveled, as I've mentioned before, but really when it comes to international tourism, we started traveling after World War II. So when you look at the geographic expansion, right, we started traveling since the 1950s, first in between more developed countries, then from developed to more developing countries, and now we're in the third stage of international tourism development, which is basically between all areas, right? As we started traveling, people were excited about tourism as this tool. This could bring only good, right? Tourism could bring jobs, it could bring money, direct spending, where before there was no way to actually make a living or make an income. It could bring taxes. There was all these great benefits that people thought. And Jafar Jafari, who you'll learn about in this module, came up with this term that he called the advocacy platform, meaning that people were advocating highly for tourism, right? So a lot of countries were developing tourism as a way, as an income earner, right? However, we pretty soon saw that tourism does not just have positive impacts. That yes, while we bring in money, money also leaks out, right? Sometimes because we have to buy things. While we create jobs, those jobs are sometimes low skill, low pay, seasonal, right? And so there are negative impacts even within those positive impacts. And we called that the cautionary platform. People were starting to caution about what tourism can do and some of the negative impacts, right? We then went to the adaptancy platform. This was in the 1980s, 1990s. In the adaptancy platform, we started thinking about different ways to create tourism. This is when sustainable tourism came about, ecotourism came about, community-based tourism, volunteer tourism, all these alternative forms of tourism came about as a response to figure out a new way to develop tourism that has more positive benefits and not so many negative benefits. And the last platform that really we're in right now is the knowledge-based platform, which is exactly what we're doing in this course, right? It's using knowledge, using studies, using indicators, using what we know, benchmarks, and then create policies, create decisions to manage tourism in a way that actually is based on science and knowledge. And so these are the platforms. They're very useful in helping you understand where sustainable tourism comes from and how we got there. In terms of your assignments, I already talked to you guys about the block. In Module 3, you'll have a test due. You'll see all of that. I will be sending reminder emails at the beginning of each module. I will also be scheduling a Zoom call in case anybody has questions. And you can always message me via Canvas or email me. So welcome again to your Sustainable Tourism course. Sustainable development came about in the 1980s. It's such a general term, right? Sustainable development was first coined by the Brundtland Commission, and it was defined as development that meets the needs of the current generation without compromising the need of future generation to meet their own need. Now really think about that. What does that mean? It's so general, right? And yet, because it's so general, we've used this definition over and over and over again, right? But what does that mean for sustainable tourism? Well, when we apply